This is another episode of the series How Rhythm Works. We are going to see today very important elements of the basic traditional rhythmic vocabulary in flamenco. First, watch this. At the end of this video, you'll just understand everything that happens there rhythmically. I'm sure these are things that you already know or that you've already heard, but maybe at that time you didn't know what it was or how it works. So it's time to clarify and also to practice together with very, very effective exercises. Hi, this is Guillermo Guillen for FlamencoMAPS. Welcome to my channel. Whether you dance flamenco, you sing, you play guitar, you play palmas, you play cajon, or you just love it and you want to understand better how it works, there is a basic common rhythmic vocabulary in flamenco that we all need to understand, to practice and to master. It is based on subdivisions and what we call rhythmic shifts. If you haven't watched the two first parts of this series, How Rhythm Works, you should go first and then come back here. I put the links somewhere, here or in the description. I'm sure you've heard dancers sing their step, right? Their footwork, something like Ticota, Ticota, Tacata, Ticota, Tunka, 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 Tam, Ta, Tacata, Tacata, Tom, Tinta, Tam, Tuku, Tum, Tum, Bria. When we do this, we often use rhythmic cells. This is what I explained in previous videos. I already explained to you how to sing basic cells with TACATACA or Ticota, because these are basic elements, basic rhythmic construction bricks that we find everywhere, in their simple form or more developed complex ways. Certain steps, footwork, part of escobillas in a baile, are rhythmic phrases built directly from this very simple construction block, which are repeated in a loop and then evolve. And we'll see right away how to do this with a very basic building brick, Ticota. We can use a Lego to visualize our Ticota. Ticota is a cell of 3 notes: the T, the Co, and the Ta. The T is the accent of our cell. Ticota, Ticota, Ticota. So far so good, right? Seguimos. So let's start by establishing our COMPÁS with El Tito. I choose a 3 beats COMPÁS, a ternary COMPÁS, at a moderate speed, 80 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now on top of this COMPÁS, we are going to sing our cell Ticota in many different ways. First option, we just stick to the rhythmic cycle, 1 note per beat without subdivisions. So 1 rhythmic cell Ticota covers 1 COMPÁS. This is very easy, 3 beats per COMPÁS, 3 notes, 1 note per beat. 1, 2, 3, Ticota, 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 Ticota. The Ticota here expresses exactly the cycle, the main level of the COMPÁS. The second most logical option is to have 1 Ticota no longer per COMPÁS but per beat, 1 Ticota per beat. We therefore enter the sub-level, that of the subdivisions. 3 subdivisions per beat, so we are in ternary subdivisions. I explained this in the previous video. So now the Ticota fits in 1 beat. We have 3 beats per COMPÁS, so we have 3 Ticotas per COMPÁS. 1, 2, 3, Ticota, 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 ticota-ta. In this case, the T, the first accent of our cell, always corresponds to a beat. Now that we are in ternary subdivisions, we can just double the flow rate and put 2 ticotas per beat. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ticota. So far we have a ternary compass, 3 beats, a cell of 3 notes, and ternary subdivisions. So everything is in the world of 3. And now we get into more interesting things, using no longer ternary subdivisions but binary subdivisions. We no longer divide our beat into 3 but into 2. And this is when what we call rhythmic shifts appear. We always have the same compass, the same 3 beats cycle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But now with binary subdivisions. The basic binary subdivision, remember, is taca, 2 notes per beat with the accent on ta. Sounds like this. Taca, 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 ta. But we don't want taca, we want ticota with binary subdivisions. So how it works? We keep the same flow rate, the binary subdivision, but instead of accentuating every 2 notes, we accentuate every 3 notes using the ticota cell. How it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ticota. If I count the subdivisions, it is like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Taca, 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 taca. And the other one, the one we want, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ticota. And this is a very interesting concept of the rhythmic shift. When we decide a certain subdivisions, we can group them in different rhythmic cells. Grouped by 2, taca, grouped by 3, ticota, grouped by 5, tadigenatom. We have many options. In this case of ticota in binary subdivision, you can observe that we have 2 ticotas cell per compass. The T, the accent of our rhythmic cell, coincides with the beat and then shifts and then again and then shifts and then meet again. The first T is on the first beat, but the second T is in the subbeat between 2 and 3 in the air. And the feeling is really different. Let's practice this together a bit, but focus on this sensation. The first T on the first beat and the second T in the air on the subbeat between 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ta. If you struggle with this shift, you can start with the normal taca, so you can internalize the flow rate. And then you keep the flow rate, but you switch to ticota. 1, 2, 3. Taca, 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 taca. Ticota, 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 ticota. Taca, 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 ticota, ticota, taca, 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 ticota, ticota. You understand the system, right? So now we can do the same, but doubling the binary subdivision. Instead of 2 notes per beat, taca, we have 4 notes per beat. Taca, taca. 1, 2, 3. Taca, 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 ta. But again, we don't want taca, taca, we want ticota. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ta. Here we have 4 ticota cells per compass, and the T only falls on a beat once out of 4 on the strong beat at the beginning of each compass. And something else that you can observe, it's always interesting, that on the first beat we have T, on the second beat we have ko, and on the third beat we have ta. Ticota. Awesome, right? I do it slower. Ticota, 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 ticota. I repeat myself, but phrasing is very important in flamenco and in music and even in life in general. If everything is flat or not well accentuated, then it has no life. It doesn't say anything. Ticota, 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 tic. No. It doesn't have much interest, and it can also make it difficult for the other musicians to understand what you are doing. So really pay close attention to the phrasing and keep the accent on the T. Otherwise, we just lose the interest and the charm of the shift. For example, here we don't want this. Ticota, 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 ticota. No, what we want is ticota, 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 ticota. So now that you have understood all that, there is a very important and very effective exercise that we'll do together. If you are a dancer, these are things that you already do with your footwork practicing or in an escovilla, for example, but maybe without knowing what you are doing. We keep the same compass with El Tito, a 3 beats compass at 80 BPM, and we'll mark this compass with the palmas and with the foot every first beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, foot, 2, 3, foot, 2, 3. First, we'll practice the 5 different subdivisions we talked about independently, one by one. First one, Ticota, 1 note per beat. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ticota. 2 notes per beat. 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ta. 3 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, ticota, ticota. Ticota, 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 ta. 4 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ta. And 6 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 ta. And now in one long, big exercise, we are going to change the flow rate, the subdivisions, every 4 compasses. Because many times the change is complicated. We go from 1 note per beat, 2 notes per beat, 3, 4, 6, and back, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you could do this in a loop as long as you can. Vámonos! First we'll do just 4 compasses, only with the palmas, to get into the compass. 1, 2, 3. Ticota, 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 adapt the speed of the metronome to what you can do. You can also change the speed of the video if you want to do it with me slower or faster. But no need to go fast at first, because what we want here is to practice the changes of flow rate and not be destabilized by the shifts, by the T that are not on beat. And now look at this again. We are por bulería, but in this case we can perfectly count it and feel it in just a 3 beats compass, as what we did for our exercise. I'm sure that now you understand everything she does, right? So you see all that we can do with a simple Ticota, right? So many things to explore, so many options, so many expressive tools. It may sometimes sound a bit like mathematics, but it really is music. And anyway, music and mathematics have a lot to do with each other. The more we understand, the more precise we are, the more clear we are, and the more creative we are. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it could help. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, tell me what you want me to talk about in these videos, and also go and visit flamencomaps.com. There I explain my classes, my courses, and my way of teaching flamenco. I see you there. Till then, don't forget, learn flamenco, practice a lot, play palmas, make it fun, make it your own.